Let me, play you for it.
You'll play me for it?
Yeah, your little TV game thing. I bet I can beat your high score.
You think that you can beat my high score on my TV game thing?
Yeah, I think you're scared now.
You don't even know what it's called.
I don't need to know what it's called. I've seen you play. It's
right.
Jumping and running, and I have a natural talent for that.
Really?
So, what do you say? Chicken? Is it a bet?
Oh, wow. Okay, cowboy.
Okay, watch and learn.
Oh, I'm learning already.
Is this it?
No, it has to load.
Load?
Yes.
This is taking a really long time.
Right off the bat, the only game so far this generation to be the Uncharted killer is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. And though that may sound odd, it is the only game that has come close to dismantling its predecessors, and in a lot of ways it has succeeded. If this is the final game in the series, developers Naughty Dog are bowing out with their heads held high, as this masterpiece of a swan song lives up to its hype. If you've played the Uncharted series before, you know it starts out as an innocent, exciting quest that always turns into hell unleashed as nothing ever goes right. The formula remains the same, for the most part anyway. Except damn, Nathan's hair never misses a beat. Must be the product he uses.
Right here, Nathan. Just follow my lead.
Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is the final chapter in the Uncharted series, according to Naughty Dog. As we're reintroduced to protagonist Nathan Drake, we find him living an all-too-normal lifestyle. You can see in his eyes that it doesn't fit him. That is until his long-lost brother Sam steps into Nathan's place of work and asks him to go on one last adventure. A legend unfolds of pirates and treasure, and the long-lost fabled city of Libertalia. What goes on from there is pure swashbuckling adventure, and one damn fine story. Let's get the usual stuff out of the way first. Uncharted 4 does enough things to say it has innovated and freshened up the third-person shooter and action-adventure genres. From solid gunplay to great camera angles and wonderful story, playing the game is a treat. Naughty Dog aren't afraid of the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you will see the usual over-the-top action returning in the fourth game, such as making jumps you know you can't make, but the game insists you can. And by the time you're finished with the final chapter, you'll still be asking for more. What's a bit of a disappointment this time around is the lack of many puzzles to solve. What were available were fun, but most of the puzzling will be, as it has in the past, in the climbing across the world around you. It's odd, really. The game blurs the contrast between cinema and video games. On one hand, you have movies which try their hardest to make people look flawless, blemish-free and completely fake a lot of the time. In the end, it turns into a world of plastic people. Video games, however, strive for realism. Add a smile here, wave a hand in goodbye, blink. They have accomplished an ample amount of the quintessential skills it takes to turn plastic people into virtually real, imperfect, living, breathing humans. And when you see the wrinkles, pores, slight twitches and rolling of the eyes in Nathan Drake, you'll think he's truly alive. Uncharted 4 continues to prove that Nathan Drake is nothing more than a human being, one that can leap great bounds and hang on to anything for dear life, sure, but normal nonetheless. He is cunning, he is wrong, he is right, he is funny, and he is serious. Nathan portrays the full range of our ethos. We can relate to him, and what he's mentally going through. The writers at Naughty Dog know their child Nathan, and his personality inside and out. That relatable nerve that Nathan exposes is us, all of us, in so many ways. Especially when he shows us those incredibly awkward moments all too often. Those moments when he thinks he's being clever, but it comes out of his mouth all too wrong. Those are some of his best moments in this game. Sadly enough, introducing Sam, even with some of the background taken care of, felt like the last half of a story we never truly knew the details of to begin with. Sam is a man of passion and conviction, much like Nathan. However, bringing his long-lost brother into the fold in the fourth game of the franchise, trying to jam an entire backstory of this man we know nothing about, felt null. What you get when you add up all the parts is a suave, clever and heavy-hearted man, but not one I could ever really care much for. To get this sort of substance out of Nathan, it took Naughty Dog 3 games to allow us the pleasure to understand the intricacies and ethos of what he's truly about. And in Game 4, we are still learning more about Nathan and his struggles of letting go. But you never get that sense that Sam is there for good or bad. Even to the end you'll wonder, was Sam a necessary ingredient to this delicate recipe? What Naughty Dog decided, in a strangely audacious format, is the fact that Sam sticks with Nathan throughout most of the game, sort of as a co-op NPC or non-playable character companion. At least he is helpful and non-static. In other games that have an NPC co-op partner, such as Resident Evil 4, having to cope with the abilities of what that NPC is capable of can become quite the hassle. In Uncharted 4, after the first couple of hours, those questions tend to fade far away. There's never a moment when you'll have to heavily rely on Sam to help you along the way, as Nathan will end up doing most of the work. That's a good thing. When you do need Sam's help, he's always reliable because it's focused on actions Nathan has to take beforehand. For those who are excited over the idea of branching dialogue in an Uncharted game, be prepared for disappointment. You do get a chance to hear specific dialogue from time to time, but they aren't truly branching at all. It would be more appropriate to refer to them as twig dialogue. Whatever path of dialogue you choose to select usually ends up in a short synopsis and doesn't go any further. It's an interesting and a cool experiment on Naughty Dog's part, but overall it's frivolous and adds virtually nothing to the overall experience. The fluidity of the full motion capture taken by means of using real actors in capture uniforms transfers over into the game brilliantly. Movement by any means, taking off a jacket, slanting from a simple gesture, or even just a nodding of the head is portrayed with such finesse. It often felt more than realistic. It felt genuine. Add to that the solid gunplay where Nathan wields a rifle like a pro, and the authenticity is a spectacle to behold. Oddly enough, the game forces you into melee combat scenarios from time to time. These entail Nathan going headlong into fisticuffs with enemies. These fights are often, but not always, theatrical and scripted. Sure, if you miss a button press and get hit too much, it's not a good thing, but with no defense button for a proper block, you'll often get the feeling that all you need to do is throw a few punches, wiggle out of a couple of body locks, and the fight will conclude. In past Uncharted games, there was always weak melee, but it was never a focus point. Turning the attention more towards these melee events showered on a sequence that felt more like fluff rather than hand-to-hand fight that meant something. The dynamic relationship between Sam and Nathan felt genuine, a true sense that those two really knew each other well, as any sibling should, shows the sincerity and passion of the writing that's gone into making Uncharted 4 a one-of-a-kind gaming experience. Segue that into another new introduction in the Uncharted series, the grapple and rope. Nathan and Sam carry along the grapple and rope for this fourth adventure. Why it took so long to think of bringing rope in a climbing game is beyond me. This helps the brother duo cross rivers and chasms, and swing down on enemies with ease. Unfortunately, the grapple and rope lead to plentiful moments of, why can't he just use the grapple to get up there instead of sending Sam through a dangerous path? Now you understand the segue, see? And there is the inevitable driving of a vehicle. We all knew it was coming to an Uncharted game eventually. These amazing sequences where Nathan takes control of a 4x4 vehicle are not only exhilarating, but they work really well. High-speed runs from enemy vehicles never felt more fresh, as they attack from all sides. The Jeep's handling was better than in most driving games I've played. Another interesting endeavour for Nathan is the optional use of stealth in-game. What used to be a pure third-person action-adventure series has now added in what you can decide to be a light or heavy stealth component. During certain segments, enemy AI have line-of-sight inference that allows them to suspect and investigate out of the ordinary situations. These occur when Nathan is sneaking around and makes a noise or shows himself that will catch the enemy AI's attention. Much like Assassin's Creed, enemy AI will start off with a clear counter that fills white the more it suspects something is suspicious. Upon filling the counter white, it will then turn to yellow, which means the enemy is onto you and begins to heavily search what he saw. If the enemy AI sees you one time after that point, the yellow counter will turn orange, and the enemy will then begin to fire upon Nathan. The stealth is solid for the most part. Sometimes enemies will lose their pattern and walk in strange locations that makes the stealth that much harder to use, But overall, Uncharted 4 offers that no other game at this time can come close to matching is the scope of breathtaking visuals which envelopes the world everywhere. Spinning globes, rotting vines, rusted beams, it feels like there is no end to its majesty. The mountains and vistas of Madagascar poking through the clouded mist swallowing the island, sea life of every imaginable colour and likeness, breathing life into the waters below, and snow-drenched mountaintops hiding ancient pirate ruins, forgotten centuries ago, are just a few elements of this breathtaking visual experience. This is the definitive graphical powerhouse this moment in time for this generation on any console, even gaming PCs. Experiencing the musical score within Uncharted 4 was like going to a live orchestra. Those moments where life or death are possibilities, when hanging onto a cliff for dear life, ring through as the sound portrays the atmosphere and the acceleration narrows or widens immensely. This is definitely a game that is in constant acceleration. There are a few moments when you can actually take a breath and calm down with the musical score, but those slower moments are often story moments that bring the right choral for that moment of jaw-dropping intrigue. By the time you've completed Uncharted 4, you won't be able to name many other games with that perfect sense of pacing that really brings this game together. Uncharted is that unique series that transcends many games in and out of the action-adventure genre, and Uncharted 4 is no exception. What's present and brought to the forefront, as only Naughty Dog seems to be able to attest, that unadulterated clandestine sense of discovery. Uncharted 4 provides those magical moments which are not even mentioned in Legends, and you think to yourself, I'm the only one that's been here in hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. It's that adventure that overwhelms our senses, and truly makes Uncharted 4 A Thief's End stand out as the Uncharted killer.
There's gotta be another way. I need you on this one. You ever wonder, like, different choices, how we might have ended up?
No. I like the hand we've been dealt.
And there you have it, ladies and gents. Final verdict on Uncharted 4. It is indeed the ultimate gaming experience this generation. Destroys most games on PC, hands down, and just the emotion and the pure realism captured in Nathan Drake and the other characters is a joy to behold. As mentioned in this commentary, this game is the game to own this generation. Easily, hands down, without a doubt. And I've played Gears of War 4, I played Content Break, Halo 5. That was a fantastic game as well. But Uncharted 4 imbues the magic that only Naughty Dog seem to be able to put into their product. It's like Naughty Dog has the magic wand of pixie dust that they sprinkle on every product. Up until this point, the best roller coaster action adventure game that I played in the series was, other than Uncharted 2 and 3 and 1, was The Last of Us. And Last of Us Remastered on the PS4 just blew me away, guys. There was fierce debate on my channel what was the best release of this gen. Now, there is no doubt. So I'd like to hear your comments and views of what you actually think. Comment below what you think. Are you in agreement that Uncharted 4 is going to be the best console release and console game of this generation? Or is there something that you've played that basically has blown you away as much? Leave a comment as always, and remember, subscribe, because I load videos daily and I don't want you guys to miss out on all the excellent news and snippets of information that I'm bringing. You guys are my babies basically, so hit like and subscribe. And remember, if you enjoyed the video, please share on your social networks. Tell all your friends about my channel, Best of British Gaming HD. And with that being said, guys, come subscribe, be part of the family. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And for every like I get on this video, I'm donating £5 to a children's charity, so a homeless child will get a nice warm meal. And yeah, basically you've done your bit. Just click like and subscribe. And as always, see you guys online. Tuesday is the big boy release of Uncharted 4. If you want to be part of my live streams, then just leave your gamer tag in the comments and I'll be in touch. And guys, bring it online, because your boy's bringing an A game. And as you guys saw that play me in the Uncharted 4 beta multiplayer, I was owning noobs. But with that being said, I like to see you all online. And as always, guys, God bless. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Enjoy this video and see you in my next video. Bye for now.